Hello and welcome back to Wingot Plays Nomifactory, where the 21st is still going on in the background, so ignore any loud noises or bad karaoke singing. But I am in the process of getting our solidified argon so that we can actually get our T3 micro miner up and running, and hopefully our tier 4 as well. Now, I've built a brand new cryogenic distillation tower because in order to get argon, we are going to need to cryogenic air distillate noble gases. And so I've built a new platform here over next to the fission area, and I will just light it up quickly. Perfect. In fact, let's move that to there. Good, and one thing on top. Good. Now, what we're going to need is we're going to need to feed in the noble gases that I believe, the system probably already knows exists. There you go. So the noble gases, we've got 500 buckets there. So all we need is a fluid interface. Right here. In fact, can we put a pump onto this side here? I do wonder if it's possible to just get it to automatically pull without me having to use a conduit. So what do we want? We want noble gas. Good. Now we need to connect this to the ME system. So let's just grab some ME conduit. Good. Now, where's our closest ME conduit line? Good. So it should now be getting, except, oh, it's running. Perfect. So it is automatically pulling into our fluid input hatch here from our fluid interface. Looks like it runs reasonably slow, but it's at least running. Good. Now, once it does produce its output, it produces 5 different outputs, and so we need to use our fluid output hatch that is on the bottom here, on the back here, and what we could do is we could just output to some basic quantum tanks, and it sounds like my housemates are having a lot of fun with the Hey Baby song, which always tends to be a bit of a hit. Now, let's see. Good, that's just finished one cycle. And it's output here. Helium, argon, neon gas, krypton gas. Why did we get 2 lots of argon? Neon, xenon. Is that meant to have happened? Are we meant to have got 2 lots of argon? I'm not 100% that that's correct. It's not something to do with argon, neon, helium. What have we got here? Neon, krypton, xenon. Xenon seems to be the thing we're missing. Let's have a look here. I do wonder if it's maybe something to do with where I've positioned the output buses. Argon and argon. Oh, it's because there's too much argon to fit a single output hatch, so it's overflowing. Okay, let's see. Can I make a better fluid output hatch? I don't yet have a recipe for one, but let's make it. Fluid output hatch. EV. There. That can go here, and then a fluid output hatch. Make 4 of those. Give me 1 of those. And how close are you? I think we'll wait until it finishes this run, and then I'll replace it. Perfect. Good. Now that'll stop that, as well as which I think it's full anyway. So let's put our gas tank there and pull all of that. Good. Our gas tank there will pull all of that. And then we can replace this with that fluid output hatch which hopefully, where are you? You are gone. So it's not possible to just output. Okay, it's fine. We'll fix it. Fluid conduit. Good. You extract. Go. Good. So that'll pump all of that argon over, and then if we put this hatch back, that should run again. Perfect. And then we just need to see that this is actually the xenon gas instead of argon, because it's possible that this is that output hatch that argon's trying to go to. The yellow wrench is here. Oops. Here. Good. Still nothing there. When you're ready. "96, 97, 98, and 100. Done. I know how to count. You don't know how to count. Good. Now we've got krypton gas, argon, helium, neon gas, and krypton gas. What happened there? Helium's down here now. And neon gas is there. Okay, so it changed the order because of that. So, helium. Helium is here. Good. Let's just check on this. So, why is there argon here? Oh. Okay, let's do this. Let us grab all of the tanks. Okay. Argon, neon, neon. This shouldn't be running, I would hope. It is running, okay. So, neon. We've got neon gas here. Good. Put that there. Click that. Neon gas. There. Click that. Nothing. Argon. Nothing. 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 So, where's our argon? There. Perfect. So that should have cleared everything out. Good. Now let's see what happens when this finishes running. It did just finish running. Let's break one of these. Just stop it. Krypton, argon, neon, helium, xenon. So that looks like it's working now. So argon is here. Put that there. Krypton is there. Neon, helium, and xenon. Neon, krypton. Okay, I've got spare krypton gas here. Let's just empty that into there. Perfect. And that can go there and collect our xenon. Good. Now, hopefully, that should be done. You run, and once you finished running, just work, please. I'm going to just dig out the bottom of these just so we can check on these output hatches. Good. But it does look promising. Good, so it's just finished. And let's just check on these. The tanks are all empty. Perfect, so it looks like they're all draining. Meanwhile, let me just run any conduits along the back here, because we are going to need to put some storage buses in place. Fluid storage. Cool, give me 6 of those. Let's actually make a chunk more in the background. Good, and I think I'm also going to need some fluix cable. Good, now if we put these on top of all of those, give me the orange. Cool, and then set all of these to extract only. Good, and then we can just put this flux cable across the top, and then we should have access to all of this argon and neon and all of the other lovely materials we've got sitting there from our system, and there we go, argon. Perfect. So now we just need to take that argon and turn it into solidified argon, which for that will pop back into our space base. And then over here, where we're doing all of our fluid manipulation, we can, 1, throw down some more end-steel cable. 2, actually, so this is basically generating fluids, whereas over here, we're basically generating solids. So let's instead put it over here. We've even got space right there for it. And solidified argon is a fluid solidifier, which I don't know. Oh, we have to tell the system how to make it. Perfect. And then we need a shape card. Have I not taught it how to make the basic? Oh, because it's one of these, file and hammer. Okay, put a file there, put a hammer. What? Hammer there, file there. Perfect. File. No, I'm out of steel plates. Go. Now, I did notice that brief blackout that we had there, and I'm pretty certain it's not anything to do with the International Space Station. I think it's to do with right over there, that new chunk that I've placed, I didn't chunk load. And it does have applied logistics running on it. If we chunk load that, that should hopefully fix it so that it doesn't have the applied logistics blackouts. There you go. We've got lots of empty shape cards. That will do. That'll do, donkey. That will do. We just need a hammer. Oops. There for a ball shape, and then we can put that into there. We need a fluid conduit. In fact, we're probably going to need more than one, because that is going to. We need a fluid filter. Here for argon. Yeah, we can't grab that one, unfortunately. Argon, there. Oops. You insert on brown, don't extract. And then you're going to extract on black. Perfect. Now, what we do need is we need a fluid interface here. Show us the argon. Good. Now, we'll run the fluid conduit the rest of the way to there. And we're getting solidified argon, which is used to make the reinforced mining laser and mote of osmium. So what I might do is I might put a draw downgrade on here before we move that up to there. Good. And we're now getting our solidified argon. Perfect. At which point we should hopefully be able to request tier 3s. Let's say we want 10 of these. Solidified argon is being made. Coal dust is slowly being made. So we should actually be able to craft one of those with 0 difficulty. Other than we will need to go and manually make a couple of steps of the process. If we just pop over here, there you go. There's one 2. Because we need to make these reinforced mining lasers, 2 of those, put those back into there, and then it'll pop in over here, I think. What's it waiting on? It's making the various rods. It's making the micro miner engine core. Okay, it looks like those are running. They're just going very slow. Oh, because I haven't actually set up one of these for the lathe. So it's still using the old MV lathe to do those processes. Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Meanwhile, we will get processing arrays reasonably soon. In fact, if we take a look here, the late game processing arrays right there. We actually could access it, we would just need to make Sunarium. But I probably think I want to get to at least into IV tier before I try to make the processing array. In fact, I think it does have components that require IV tier. Now, meanwhile, this is processing away in the background. It's making our gold rods. Good. Now, why is that scheduled? This compactor. Tungsten carbide heavy plating. Tungsten carbide heavy plating has to be made in a compressor. That's okay. As does the steel heavy plating. Okay, fine. You cancel that. We'll make another compressor. EV tier. And we'll give it an interface of its own. We'll give it a CEF. And it's going to need end steel cable. Perfect. Now we probably need a conduit. And then you give me that compressor. It still hasn't been made. Fine. So what I want is, I think I want that. Ooh. It's fine, it can go here. Interface can go there. Compressor. So we're going to need energy conduit. Feeding from there. In fact, let's just grab one so that we can put the CEF here and at least see our cable. Good. And then, how's that compressor going? Good. Now, compressor can go there. It needs to... Where's my screwdriver there? So it needs to output to the top side there. It needs to also input from the same side, and then it auto outputs. Perfect. Now we should be able to tell this to make the tier 3. And the only thing it should be missing is the tungsten carbide there. And good, it looks like it's working. It'll be slow, but for the time being, it will do. I will make a better system later on, but we have low enough micro miner missions happening that it should be adequate with even this slow system doing the work. Good. Now, meanwhile, while it's working in the background, we may as well actually look at what we need to do to get the tier 4 up and running. So, tier 4 needs a tungsten steel chest. In fact, let's do this. We need a tungsten steel chest. We need... What else does it not know how to do? Micro miner. Field generator. Signalum micro miner engine core. Okay. So, frankly, most of it. So, signal microminer, field generator, HV. Good. So, tungsten steel chest, very easy. React signalum micro miner, engine core. That's a alloy smelter recipe, very easy. And this field generator is easy. I'm not 100% that we've taught the system how to make quantum eyes, but we'll find out in just a second. Now, if we're doing an alloy smelter recipe, show me this. It needs to be EV tier. Okay, fine. So, you there. Good. Now, give me 4 of these so that these alloy smelters here can all have the job. And we will grab some expansion cards so that each of these can have the job. Perfect. So the tier 4, that's one thing that should be solved. Yes, we haven't yet taught the system how to make quantum eyes. We'll come back to that. Signalum microminer engine frame. Oh. So that looks very easy. Signalum plate, signalum rod. I don't think we've taught the system how to make signalum rods. Nope. So signalum rods is just a lathe recipe here. Good. And then you can show me the lathe. And there, you can go into that one. I don't care. It's a MV tier. Good. So signalum microminer is done. Tungsten steel chest is done. The field generator, energetic thrusters, and signalum heavy plating. Signalum heavy plating, energetic thrusters, and quantum eye. Other things we still need to make. Meanwhile, let's go have a look. Tier 3, I think, is sitting in there. Good. Now, you, tier 3, go. Make that. Yep, thank you. And give me the other quest. Good. So we've got the tungsten carbide there, and we've got the tier 3. So now we should be able to actually just request this tier 3 ore recipe, and it will automatically run in our microminer, because I'd already done all of the setup. It just didn't know how to make. There we go. It didn't know how to make the microminer tier 3. Now that it knows how to make that, it will generate our output. And once it does, it'll dump it all into this small storage crate, because it doesn't know yet what to do with all of the output. That said, the output that we get, scheelite, tungstate, rutile, in fact, tungstate it does know what to do with, tetrahedrite, redstone, tin, casterite, Certus quartz ore, so that's one that we will actually definitely use, but most of these will probably not use pretty much at all. And I do sapphire, gold, silver. Okay. So effectively, we'll probably use this tier 3 mission primarily to get nether Certus quartz. Yes, Certus quartz. Yep. Good. So that can go into there. Perfect. That'll get pulled into the system, and in fact, let me grab some of it so that I can easily tell the system to process it. Redstone, tin, casterite. Casterite is just effectively tin with a bit of bismuth and dust as a byproduct. Tin, casterite, tetrahedrite is copper, and it produces a bit of zinc and antimony. The antimony might be useful, so we might actually come back for that one. Vanadium, magnetite, rutile, well, I don't know that we actually need any more rutile. I think we've got 75k of rutile in the system already. So let's tell the system to just get rid of rutile. Tungstate scheelite. So scheelite we're actually only using to get the tungstate out of it. Isn't scheelite one of our sources of tungstate? I'll put that back for the time being. Tungstate, of course, we use to get tungstate dust in order to make our tungsten. That said, let's take a look here. We have 2000 tungsten. We don't have any tungstate sitting in the system, so how about we also tell the system that it can have tungstate. Perfect. And we'll come back to the scheelite. Almandine produces those red garnet netherite dust, aluminium dust, red garnet dust. I'm not sure that we actually care about this in any sort of quantity, at least at this stage. So how about we, for now, we'll just ignore all of those other products. And frankly, we're probably not going to do much in the way of tier 3 runs anyway. The main thing we'll use it for is to get Certus quartz, because that's something that we had been buying in at any time we got low. So let's pop here, go Certus quartz, and there we go. Certus quartz can be processed, and there you go, it's already being converted. And tungstate. Perfect. Because we've got over here, we've got the normal tungstate from the tier 2 mission, but this one here basically just has a different, it's in netherrack instead of being in stone. So yeah, perfect. So that'll get Certus quartz being processed, tungstate being processed, and then once it all hits here, it will actually clog up because we don't have anywhere to put netherrack. I think that top right space is still available, and stone dust, barite, tungstate will be able to process. Certus quartz also can go through because we've previously told the system to process Certus quartz ore, so it knows where all of those goes. So it looks like we don't have any new outputs being produced here. Look, I think everything that's being produced will be able to make its way through this system. Perfect. And let's put that away, put those away. Good, so we've got the tier 3. Now let's look at what we can do about making the tier 4. So the tier 4 here, in order to use the tier 4, we're going to need a medium microverse projector. That said, for now, let's just try and make a tier 4. Where were we up to? So, signalum heavy plating. Seems simple enough. You can get rid of that from there. I think it knows how to do all of those steps now. In fact, let's tell this to make 16 at a time. Not that there's any real reason to do 16 at a time with this setup, and arguably it does slow things down if we do need to do more than one, but it means that there's a bit of spare, so the next time we do that craft, it hopefully will have some spare laying around. Now we just need the energetic thruster, which I don't think has anything new for the system, so I think that will just work. And then lastly we need a quantum eye, which is made in a chemical bath. So the chemical bath, radon and eye bender. Okay, so chemical bath, let's make like 4 of those. Go. Radon. We've got all this radium salt, which can be converted in an electrolyzer into radon and rock salt. So let's grab a electrolyzer. EV tier, perfect. And then we just need ion ender, which I don't think we're automatically making these at this point. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to automate the production of the quantum eye. So we need an advanced electrolyzer. We need a fluid conduit. We need item conduit. We need fluid filter. We need item filters. And I think we're actually going to need limited item filters if we are going to automate the production of the ender. Good. Now we also just need a tank to store the radon into. Good. Now, you and you, whoops. Good. And then the tank gets to go on top. Perfect. Now, over here, we need this interface to expose radium salt. Perfect. Which then gets to go into this electrolyzer. Good. And then that's producing radon, which can go up here into this quantum tank. Good, and you're going to extract on black. Perfect, we're getting radon. Now we just need a storage bus on the top, and we need some fluix cable so that we can actually connect that. Good, you extract only there. Good, so the system now has access to radon, and this rock salt might as well think there is, okay, so there's a draw controller. It looks like that probably doesn't have a storage interface on the back of it though. What is that? Gypsum dust. Yeah, so our system doesn't actually have access to what's in that drawer. So that looks like that was a mistake on my part. I can probably fix it up by just breaking this. Good, and then I want a storage bus, which is going to be there. It can be extract only as well, and then that can go there. Good, so now we should have access to that gypsum, perfect. And then we'll grab another piece of glowstone, put that there, and then put our ME conduit back in place to get everything back up and running. Perfect. So what I might do, we've got this random draw all the way back here. What we might do is we might grab this rock salt and put it here into that drawer, and then I want to, you can extract on black. See if that works. The draw control is there, and we're inserting on black. So I think it should work so long as there's an item conduit that makes its way the whole distance, which it doesn't look like there is. So let's grab some more item conduits to there. Perfect. Now that should hopefully get rid of the rock salt. Good. And it should go into there. Perfect. I will just grab a void drawer though, void upgrade, because if we do wind up having so much rock salt that that fills up, I don't actually want this to stop making radon. Perfect, so we've got the radon. Now we just need to set up the quantum eye. And that part should be fairly easy because it's just a matter over here. Good, our solidified argon is working well. We just need a crafter here, which can have some cobblestone here. Now it needs a limited item filter, and it needs a ender pearl and blaze powder. Good. So if it gets both of those as inputs, it can extract on black. It needs a drawer above it to output to. Good. Now, so good. So we're getting the blaze powder. We just need to give it the ender pearl. Good. And then we might as well. Where's the oven? Go there. So that's done, that's done. And now we just want, oh, this needs to be a chemical reactor. My mistake. Chemical reactor, a EV tier, perfect. Good, that goes in, and done. We get our eye of ender, which gets to extract on black into, what is that? Oh. Perfect. Lumium blend. What a waste. Okay, let's grab our draw key. And then we'll grab our eyes of ender. Although what I will do, for at least for now, is I'll put a draw downgrade. And then we put our eyes of ender into there. Good. And then they also should show up here. And the last step will be the quantum eye. We just need a chemical bath, which we told us to make before. So we can put that there. We need fluid conduits. Good. Now we want radon here. Insert. You don't need to extract. This fluid interface needs to provide us with radon. Good. Now that's done, and now we just need the eyes of ender to also come into the system. Good. And then that should slowly, it looks like, be making our required quantum eye. Oh. Good. We're getting our quantum eyes. Show me this. We only get one per cycle. Okay, good. So we're getting quantum eyes. Perfect. So we should now be able, I think, to request the tier 4. Perfect. And it can just craft. Now, I didn't put a draw downgrade in that, so let's do that for now. Perfect. Good. Now let's take a look at this. It's doing the various steps, and once it's done, it will need me to make 2 of those mining lasers at this step. Oh, put all this lumium blend away. Let's see what I can do about cleaning our inventory a bit. Okay. Now, all of this is used, yep, good, to make the reinforced mining laser. Which can go back into there, good. And then, it should eventually, it'll have made everything it needs to get the micro miner tier 4, and then we'll just need to copy that from this crate into the crafting table there. You know, show me this. Right, we won't actually be able to complete the quest though, because we need to first get this medium micro miner up and running. But I think that's something that we'll have to do in the next episode, which, from my point of view, will probably happen in just a couple of minutes. I'll see you then. Thank you for watching. Stay happy and healthy, and I hope to see you in the next one.